Welcome back to the Myth series in depth. I realize now that I sort of lied about us going to Tandem, as we actually went past Tandem to White Falls in order to protect Tandem. More explanation is coming, but let's start off with the journal for this mission. A little over a month has passed since the previous mission.
Sunday, November 16th, near White Falls. Our deepest fears have been realized. Soulblighter has found the summoner, and through him has unleashed the Mircridia on the world. They are nightmare made flesh. Even men hardened by combat cowered in miserable terror at first sight of them. We suffered appalling losses getting His Majesty safely on board the Vigilance. Not a single man from the outer guard made it to the ship. By the time we were safely away, the dock was so thick with soulless you could hardly discern where one ended and the next began. We fell silent as their ranks parted to make room for a grotesque crone who hurled obscenities more vicious than any poisoned barb. Upon seeing her, the king turned to us and said, "Shiva is a formidable opponent, and it is unlikely that she will fall for the same trick twice." I believe I have read of this in the journal. Shiva was defeated at Madrigal by her own vanity, thanks to advice given by the still living head of one of the fallen lord's old enemies. I wonder where the head is now. We could certainly use the help. We made haste toward Tandem, our rallying point. Tandem is the cornerstone of the free cities of the north, and the key to Tandem is White Falls. So we will sail up the meander and secure the fortress there. We cannot allow Shiva to cross the meander. Doing so would mean the destruction of Tandem, and no one will remain to stand against the dark.
There is a journal image showing the Mircridia that the summoner has brought into the world. We covered them in the last mission more in depth, so I won't repeat that here. Obviously, if they exist in the world now, Soulblighter must have found the summoner as the Total Codex were told. The journal tells us that there were so many soulless on the docks that the Legion could hardly discern where one ended and the next begun. There is a journal image showing some of the soulless. All of the outer guard, whoever they may be, all died to the soulless. Maybe we should tell the Legion that the soulless are no problem if they just send Ulrich ahead of their men. The soulless parted ranks to make room for Shiver as the Legion looked on. There is a journal image showing her grotesque image. The journal says that she hurled obscenities at the Legion. It seems that every time the Legion encounters her, she is spitting some sort of curse at them. There is another journal image showing a closer look at her face. Ulrich recognizes Shiver and says she will be a tough opponent as she won't fall for the same trick twice. The trick, of course, would have been how Robikin defeated her using her weakness of vanity. The head is the one who revealed this information to Robikin. There is a journal image showing Robikin blasting her with lightning or something to that effect. If you want to know more about that, there is a comic from the Tales from Myth that I covered in the mission Homecoming in Myth of Fallen Lords. White Falls is the highest fall west of the Ermine Forest and is located on the Meander River southeast of Tandem. The journal tells us that White Falls is the key to Tandem, and if the Dark is able to cross the meander there will be nothing preventing Shiver from taking Tandem. It is a little unclear why it is a sure thing that she would be able to take Tandem. I mean, does White Falls somehow have more of a formidable defense compared to Tandem? Who really knows? Now let's jump into the mission. Onshore cannons are pummeling the Vigilance. Punch through the beachfront defenses and find the enemy cannons. There are 2 cannon crews. Kill them both. Alright, so before we start, I'm going to get these guys selected. And so this is a timed mission, so we have to beat it in a certain amount of time. So we want to get our units all hotkeyed and moving as soon as possible so we can beat the time, because if we have more time it makes it a lot easier. So normally when you start this mission, well, let me get these guys moving and I'll explain it when I can move the camera. Okay, so we got freedom to use the camera. So we're gonna bring our men along this beach. So you can, when you start off, there's different ways you can go. You can go straight up, but there's a lot more enemies that way than if you go this way. And here, oh look, we got a cannonball. So right on the beach, there'll be some cannons going on, and they can hit the vigilance and kill Ulrich. So we have a certain amount of time to beat this mission, because we got to beat it before Ulrich and his ship get destroyed. So I guess Ulrich's just watching the vigilance instead of coming on the beach to defend. So on legendary difficulty, we have a total of 12 minutes to beat the mission before the ship will be destroyed and sink. Now, if you compare that to Timid, it's 17 minutes, and all the other difficulties are somewhere in between there. Now, the ship will get hit 3 times before the final hit, and those are at 6 minutes, 8 minutes, and 10 minutes. So basically, you can kind of gauge, you know, when they get the 3 hits, approximately, you know, how many hits the vigilance will take and how much time you have left based on that. So when you first start the mission, there's 3 groups of thrall. There's 1 here and there's 2 farther down here that we can't see yet. So we basically want to run down this beach as fast as possible going this way. And so what we're going to do is, and it's really, we need our archers and dwarves, mostly our archers, to get up there as fast as possible, because there's going to be some soulless we got to fight. So basically what we're doing is we're bringing our berserks ahead to distract the groups of thrall just long enough for our units to sneak by. Now, there can be cannonballs that can hit your men and destroy them, so the cannonballs are random. There are certain locations that they can hit, but within those locations where they hit is random. So basically our best bet is just to distract them, and you know, if they get hit, it's just tough luck. That's just the way it is. So yeah, trying to get all these thrall chasing the berserks. We're gonna bring them up the beach. So I'm keeping them kind of close, you know, so that they'll stay targeted on the berserks rather than going to our archers and all our other units. Okay. So now we basically got our units by, so we can start bringing them up the beach. So we're going to use this kind of hill right here. Can't get a good look at it yet, but
over here. Yeah, I'm moving. Yeah, I'm moving. Let's go. Yeah.
Seems that this thrall is running off. Oh well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're going to set up our dwarves about here. No, actually that's our archers. Oh yeah, and something else I should mention is that I modified the formations for the archers in this mission, because if you do a long line, the line is too long to get them all in one line, and they're also, the spacing is too far apart. So I went into the fear and changed that. Maybe I'll show you how to do that when I'm done. I showed you before in one of my other missions. Actually, in one of my first few videos, at the end of the video, I showed you how to do it. But basically, if you open up Fear, there's a formations folder that you can edit. Okay, so there's all these soulless. So if we come up here, all these soulless are going to start coming. But something you'll notice right here is there's some white pieces right here. Some white, I should say white pieces. So these guys, all these soulless are going to come back. So if we can time it right, we can blow up a bunch of these soulless right here that'll come down with these white pieces. So we're going to come up. So you notice something, I don't come like straight up this way. Instead I come in and then up, because once I come up here, these soulless are going to start moving. So to time it right, I'm not coming up right away. So we're sending 2 bowmen ahead. Okay, well, gotta redo that.
All right, men. We must silence those cannons.
Apparently the dwarves didn't do a good job of taking care of this. Oh no, wait, we didn't get our hotkeys and our guys moving right away. So there's gonna be some times where stuff like that happens. There's really no reason the dwarves should be dying to the thrall like that. They should auto run away and stuff. But the game's not perfect. It's an old game, you know. You live with what you got. So I already explained all this to you, so we can do it a little faster.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go. I'm moving. Over here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Seems some of my
Let's go.
doors didn't get
I'm moving. Over
run in
here.
the right direction.
Let's go. Over here.
Sometimes you get an explosion like around here, and that one messes you up. And if you get that one, you probably just gotta restart, to be honest.
I'm moving.
You just got the
Yeah.
wrong end of the stick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Short end of the stick.
Let's go. I'm moving. I'm moving.
I don't want to. I want to use my berserks at the end, so I don't want to get them too low on health,
Yeah.
you know,
Over
unless I
here.
have to.
I'm moving.
So I want to conserve their hit points.
I'm moving. I'm moving.
Okay, we're working good here. Gonna start bringing our guys up.
I'm moving. I'm moving. Yeah. Yeah. Over
Okay, we're
here.
probably good.
Let's go.
To run down. I can pass forward a little bit, and then I'll save it this time before I. Good. And get our archers over here, and these guys can start running up here.
Right away.
Okay, let's save it right here. Okay, we don't gotta run up the reach again.
Get out of the way.
Come on, dwarves. This archer got stuck in my. It's a little unfortunate.
Got it.
Okay, now I'm gonna blow up these white pieces like I was talking about. Okay, let's see if they blow up on them.
Likewise with the dwarves.
I heard it explode. You heard it explode. Looks like it killed a few of them.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to fight these soulless, as I said, so that's why I backed off. I don't want to, like, stay up here long, because I want these soulless right here to back off, so I don't have to mess with them. As I said, I'm trying to save time. Almost all of this is trying to save time. This is actually going really well right here. I forgot. I always forget that, like, when I'm practicing, I don't have experienced archers. I probably say that every mission. But let me tell you, it makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get these units up field as fast as we can, so we don't gotta wait for them to go up. So the berserks don't really have much they gotta do right now, so we could just send our berserks at these guys.
Stand clear.
Well, we need our dwarves next up here a lot.
Move over.
Okay, we'll let our berserks take the last one.
Over here.
This is going extremely well. So we got some. There's a lot of goals in this area with plus packets that we got to worry about. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of follow this path up here, kind of towards the corner of the fortress. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out a lot of the units in the castle with the strategy I'm going for,
Yeah.
just because I
Let's
think
go.
it's repeatable. You know what I mean? That's my goal. Is I'm trying to make something they can get no casualties that's repeatable, without like trying to
Let's go.
cheese at the end. You know what I mean? Get lucky or do a bunch of fancy maneuvers. I'm trying to keep it pretty simple. I didn't. I messed that up. Let's try that again. I didn't get good throws at all. I mean, it was my fault. That was bad throws by me.
I'm moving. I'm moving.
Rather than just spamming shots, you do choose right through them better.
Step aside.
I got unlucky there. So
Let's go.
basically, I'd recommend saving it before you encounter goals, just because they're a pain.
Yeah.
I got unlucky again. Can't. Ugh. Okay, come on, James. Get some good throws.
Let's go.
Get some good throws here. You seem to always want to curve to the left. It's like these guys are probably going to curve right here. Oh, they didn't.
I'm moving.
So we killed them. We'll save it real quick. So we're going to encounter some thrall.
Let's go. I'm moving.
If you can kill this white without wasting time, it's helpful because he gets annoying at the end of the mission.
Let's go.
And you're trying to rush into the castle and he's trying to come from behind.
Yeah. Shell.
Got it.
Let's go. I'm moving.
Oh, I forgot these whites right here, or these golds right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far so good. Let's save it right before these goals because need some good throws.
Back up.
Let's go.
Okay, then we gotta deal with these thrall, which are no problem for our doors.
Yeah.
So we're gonna come kill these soulless on the wall. So we're gonna send a berserk up, run back and forth.
Let's go. I'm moving. Over here.
Get up.
And send these berserks to go finish off these last couple thrall. Because we're gonna need our doors up here. Because the goals that were up here are gonna run down and around, so we gotta deal with them. As you can see, I'm really pushing the envelope because I'm trying to take this as fast as we can. So you see, the ship's been hit. We don't want to. I'm scared that he's gonna throw plus down.
Let's go. Yeah.
So you see, the first hit was there just a little bit ago. So that's we're about halfway through the mission, halfway through the timer.
Stand
Let's go.
Here's the goals coming out. There's a bunch on the wall. We gotta be careful because some of them have pus. I don't think these do.
Let's go.
We got some more thrall coming from behind that we got to deal with. These guys must have come from inside the fortress. Sometimes they'll come around. That might make it easier later. So these goals are coming through, and then we got to go send our berserks up to go deal with some fetch. So we're gonna get our
Over here.
berserks ready to draw the fetch out.
Let's go.
Okay, go get the fetch. Send our dwarves back to deal with these thrall while we're dealing with the fetch.
Yeah.
Okay, the fetch are on the way.
Moving. Let's go.
Don't put your... It's hard to shoot into here because the arrows will hit the top of the gate or whatever you want to call it, the opening in the wall. So bring your archers back a little bit.
I move.
I want to make sure that our archers hit the fetch. These thralls seem to be distracting them.
Where? Make way for the dwarves. In. Look. Yes.
Kill.
Okay,
Let's go.
we're gonna get all our
We'll do it.
dwarves and archers running in here because we're gonna need them. That are berserks.
We must get to
Kill with
the
that.
cannons. Over here.
Okay, we got 4 minutes left because the second hit. So we're at 8 of 12 minutes. So we're doing good time.
Let's go.
Where's this white? This white is actually fairly far behind, but not super far.
Over here. Yeah.
Looks like the units are
I'm
getting
moving.
stuck.
I'm moving. Let's go. Let's go. I'm moving.
Okay, there's 2 groups of thrall in here we gotta deal with.
Yeah.
There's some fetch right here, some fetch here that we already killed, and then some fetch over here. So depending on which way you come in, the fetch near that gate will come at you. And then once, these ones only come at you if you go near the front of the wall, and these ones will come at you depending on like which gate you come in. Like if you're on that half of the place. So we gotta deal with these fetch. It's part of the reason we're rushing in our bowmen.
I'm moving.
So we're sending this guy over here to the corner. So what he's going to do is he's going to start bringing these fetch out. And since he's in that corner, these soulless won't be able to hit him.
Moving.
And the thing is once you're up on the wall, if you're killing these soulless, for example, these fetch can shoot up this wall. So I don't want to go up yet.
Yeah. In. Look out. Where?
That was unlucky.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wait this time. Just send these guys in so they don't get clustered up as much.
Yeah. I'm moving. I'm moving. Let's go.
Got my bowman a little bit too close. Dang it. I was hoping I could heal him, back him off. This is definitely like the hardest part of the mission, so if you lose a couple here while it takes you a couple tries, it's understandable.
I'm moving.
Just because you're trying to rush up so much,
Let's go.
it's easy to make mistakes.
Let's go. Over here.
Okay, looking good.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. Where? Yeah.
So now we're gonna rush our doors down here because there's some soulless or thrall over here. Looks like one Zerg got stuck behind here somewhere.
I'm moving. Sweet.
Actually, that's this one here.
I'm moving.
Missing all these guys up. Okay, now we gotta deal with these other thrall. I mean, the other fetch, I mean. There's another... There's another white I didn't realize. See,
I'm moving.
that's what happens, they get distracted. And that's when... How did he explode? I don't know. The initial explosion didn't kill him, so it must have somehow exploded again. That's why I'm saying the whites here are annoying. That's what I mean.
Over here. Over here. I'm moving.
Okay, we'll keep our units moving. And we'll watch them.
Over here.
Just a lot of stuff to micromanage.
Let's go.
Somehow we're getting these thralls at the same time this time.
Oh yeah. Stand clear.
Man, that sucked. I haven't seen that before with a thrall like
Let's
that.
go.
This mission is one of the harder missions in the game, don't get me wrong. I had more trouble coming up with a good method for this one than any of the other missions. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm setting the doors too far ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we send our doors like here instead of all the way up there, it shouldn't get those other thralls' attention. That's what I'm doing. One click there. There we go, that's better. I see what I did wrong. Okay. Now I think we're in business.
Die, fools! Yes! I'm moving. Over here! Over here!
No, let's get the other cannon.
We have plenty of heals, so we might as well keep our berserks. Okay, so I'm gonna freeze these guys. Sometimes some ghouls come down here and they get these warriors running down here to try to come out the gate, so we're just gonna freeze them so we don't have to worry about that.
Another hit and she's done for! Over
Okay,
here.
so now we have 2 minutes, which is enough time.
Oh yeah. Make way for the dwarf.
Okay, so what we want to do is we want to send one berserk ahead, get these other guys' berserks back. We don't need the journeyman,
I'm moving.
so let's save right there. So this guy, there's more goals with the pus up here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna distract. Oh, and by the way, I didn't mention this, but these two goals in here, these are the goals manning the cannons. So to destroy the cannons, you just gotta kill these two goals. Another thing is this little like window here. If you look on the other side, you can look through it. So these goals can actually, if you put a unit down here, the goals will actually try to throw pus through here. They can also throw pus over this narrow, the lower part of the wall. So if you bring some goals on the outside, you can get them to.
Yeah.
So we want them to bring the pus down here. Come on.
I'm moving. Let's go.
Okay, now we can send them up. So there's 2 pus, so we got them to
Yes.
throw them.
Yeah. Let's go. Yes.
And we're gonna keep this guy in the corner so that they can't hit him.
Back up.
Soulless. Oh, something you should probably... Sometimes ghouls run in here. So you should keep your doors looking at the entrance. And there, we killed him. There's Aldrich and some more units walking along the beach. And that's landing at White Falls. Well, that took me about half an hour just playing the game. So it's only 12 minutes, but there's a lot of micromanagement and you have to go fast. And because you're going fast, it's easy to lose casualties. So I would say thus far between Myth Fallen Lords and Myth 2 Soulblighter, this was the hardest mission to get no casualties and do do it live, you know what I mean, recording, because it's easy to get no casualties on this mission, but it's hard to do it like explaining it and in one sitting without like loading a billion times. So even though I loaded several times because I made some mistakes, so that gives you an idea of what this mission is like. So the windscreen shows Aldrich on the beach walking towards White Falls. Now, why did he stay aboard the ship instead of helping us take the fortress? Maybe we needed someone to defend the Vigilance in case the Dark tried to board it. The lost screen shows Aldrich and the Vigilance getting blown to smithereens. If you lose the mission, you will see Aldrich getting blown up by the cannon as the Vigilance is burning, getting ready to sink. Now, if you barely beat the mission in the nick of time, you can actually win the mission and also watch Aldrich get blown to smithereens. Trust me, I know, because it happened to me on the other playthrough I have on this channel. If you position your berserks on the ground outside of the cannons, the ghouls on top of the walls will throw pus packets at them and destroy the cannons for you. I have not been able to find a way to make this work as a consistent strategy though. To the far east is a waterfall with a dwarf that pushes another dwarf into the waterfall. This occurs every 30 seconds or so. There is a beach ball lying next to the water also. Perhaps these dwarves decided they deserve a day off. After all, They need to break every now and then to keep at optimum performance for the war. Well, that is it for this mission. See you next time in Gruder Ermin.